Hard enduro is, without a doubt, my favorite sport, and the worst thing about it is how hard it is to follow overall. There's not a lot of press coverage, there aren't big events, there's no arenas. You just either have to go on social media and find out, or you have to go scour the internet for results. It's really tough to follow, and I'm hoping I can condense it all into a nice small segment here for you whenever races are going on. So let's get started. Let's talk about the fifth round of the U.S. Hard Enduro Championship. Battle of the Goats at the Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park in North Carolina. The format for this race consisted of 2 single-lap prologue qualifiers on Saturday, which set the row positions. And then Sunday's main race, which was essentially do as many laps as you can in 3 hours. Pretty simple. The qualifier was very muddy and very slippery, which is nice to see considering the majority of the US Hard Enduro series has been in the West, where it's been very dry and sticky. So we're starting to see the East Coast kind of really be nice, slippery, muddy conditions, which is what we expect. So for the qualifier, Ryder LeBlanc was able to take the lead and the win overall, with Will Rorden crossing the finish line less than 30 seconds behind. Tristan Hart, Cody Webb, Danny Lewis, they all rounded out the top 5. The main race on Sunday. Ryder LeBlanc had a great start and was clearly feeling strong early in the race, picking great lines and easily clearing the tough obstacles. He held off Tristan Hart for the majority of the first 2 laps, but they were trading places back and forth. Tristan Hart was finally able to make the move on Ryder LeBlanc and secure the lead. But the final lap, Ryder LeBlanc wasn't giving up. He was putting the pressure on Tristan Hart. Sadly, though, he had a crash in the final creek section, and that all but sealed Tristan Hart's victory here. Hart crossed the finish line with a 20-second lead, which I must say for a 3-hour race, a 20-second lead is still a very tight race. This is probably one of the more intense battles of the year for Tristan, and I absolutely loved watching it. Hopefully you guys can check it out on YouTube. Maybe Tristan will post a video of it eventually. I know he often does POV cam, so who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and see some of that on social media. The final results for the race, though, come in at first place, Tristan Hart; second place, Ryder LeBlanc; third place, Will Rorden, followed by Cody Webb on his YZ250. I mean, it's incredible what Cody is doing with the Yamaha YZ250. I really hope that Yamaha is using Cody as R&D to make an enduro bike, because it would be sweet. Here's to hoping. Let's move on to the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship Round 1. I think that's how you say it. I think I got that right. The FIM Hard Enduro around the world. Okay. So round 1 of the FIM Hard Enduro Championship was in Wales, and somehow this is like a tradition now. It's the Valleys Extreme Hard Enduro is in Wales, a country known for being wet and muddy, and now it's been years in a row that it's been super dry and dusty. Despite the Welsh reputation for wet weather, this championship opener saw really dusty, dry conditions and unrelenting sun. It was really hot for them. So dust dominated the weekend. Starting with Saturday's qualifiers, there was limited visibility, challenging riders on a really tight course. The Enduro Cross shootout made the dust even worse, and it's narrowed the field down to 48 riders. Elimination rounds were fierce and competitive, determining vital grid spots. Billy Bolt had to fight through knockouts to secure a front row start. Mitch Brightmore, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky. He crashed in a rocky section and his chain came off, so that ended up pushing him back to a 4th row start. Every row is a minute back. So row 1 starts, clock starts. Row 2, you're a minute behind. Row 3, you're another minute behind. You get the idea. So that's pretty rough. And the final shootout, though, a quick start was absolutely vital for getting a good position, but it was also super vital because the dust and the visibility was really bad. Actually, Mario Roman even said it just wasn't worth the risk, and he didn't even try for a whole shot or try to fight. He was just typical Mario style. He knows if it's going to be tough and hot and miserable, he's okay. He's going to be the guy that's willing to push through that. But Manny Lettenbichler and Ashton Brightmore launched flawlessly, taking first and second. Billy Bolt, though, on the other hand, had a hard fall after he collided with Teodor Kovacev. He still ended up finishing 11th and just barely clinched that coveted front row start. Race day. The main race kicked off at high noon on Sunday, with Lettenbichler once again dominating from the onset, swiftly securing a hole shot, maintaining his trademarked smooth, aggressive pace. He rapidly opened a significant gap. By the second lap, his lead had stretched beyond a minute. Behind him, though, there's a pretty intense battle between Billy Bolt and Teodor Kovacev. They were going back and forth, exchanging positions. Bolt ultimately edged ahead, though, leveraging his send-it attitude and technical skills to stay clear of Kobachev, literally putting him in his dust. Kobachev struggled with visibility, of course, and as the day progressed, the lines got harder and more challenging, so both those things combined, it's pretty tough to keep up with Billy Bolt in general, especially when things are getting hot and difficult. The race pace and intensity remained really high through the third and fourth lap, though, even as tougher alternative routes emerged. Dry conditions meant competitors faced a fast-paced event, more akin to a sprint than your typical hard enduro slog. Wade Young, while being impressive throughout the day, did gradually fall back. And we all know Mario Roman only gets stronger when things get tougher. This growing strength became more apparent as the conditions worsened. He steadily closed in on the leaders. Nevertheless, though, Lettenbichler proved unstoppable. He dominated from start to finish, expertly navigating rocky sections, passing back markers in traffic, and showcasing just his exceptional fitness and skill. Ultimately, he ascended the final climb unchallenged, mirroring his victories from the previous years and delivering a quintessential Manny performance. Sherco riders who took second and third in the previous years finished third and fourth this year, with Mario making a strong late charge to secure that fourth place finish behind Theodore Kobachev. The Brightmore brothers delivered an impressive performance, with Ashton finishing fifth and Mitch right behind in sixth, which is remarkable given Mitch Brightmore's extreme disadvantage starting on the fourth row. With each row staggered by a minute, as I talked about before, and the dust and congestion, this is one of the more impressive feats of the day. Veteran Graham Jarvis displayed his characteristic, just silent assassin consistency, steadily moving through the field to finish seventh place, overtaking Wade Young in the final stages. Wade, who remember was last year's championship runner-up, finished in eighth place. A disappointing result for him, but it's still the first round, so he's still within striking distance of that overall championship standing. Final race results for the weekend are as such. Obviously, first place is Manny Lettenbichler. Second place goes to Billy Bolt. Third place, Theodore Kobachev, followed by Mario Roman, Ashton Brightmore, Mitch Brightmore, the legend, the one and only Graham Jarvis, Wade Young, Alfredo Gomez, and Bertz Grayston. The next races are scheduled to be for the U.S. Hard Enduro Series, May 24th through the 25th. And then for the FIM Hard Enduro Series, it's actually going to be June 12th through the 14th. It's Silver Kings, so both those races are going to be in the US. It's pretty exciting. I like that. I personally can't wait to see the European riders come and ride in the US. It's always a treat, and you never know what to expect. Things just are different. The terrain is different. Everything's different. If you want to get a more personal look into the world of hard enduro, in my experience, the best way to do that is to follow the riders on social media. Pick your platform, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case may be, and just go follow riders. Personally, my Facebook is all about my racing, training, and riding, and theirs are very similar. So go say hi to them and check out what they're up to. Plus, the more people that follow them, the more likely they are to get the funding that they desperately need. Not everyone is a factory rider, so consider following people that aren't just getting first, second, and third, maybe the ones that are getting 10th, 30th, 60th. Sponsors really help these people compete, and it's their literal livelihood. That's going to be it for this video. I think the next one I'll make will probably be, well, shoot, it'll be the next round. It'll be round 2 for the FIM Hard Enduro, and we'll have a good chat about that. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. I'm not sure if this video format is good. I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm just trying it. This is my favorite sport. I wanted to do like moto news, but I realized that there's so much going on in moto. There's obviously hard enduro, there's enduro GP, there's trials, there's motocross, there's supercross, there's supermoto.